What do you mean you can't drive?
I'm sorry, we didn't really talk about it. I thought, I know you said, we'll share the driving, but
Because we didn't talk about it, because everyone knows how to drive.
No, they don't.
And we say we share the driving.
Well, yeah, by we share the driving, I thought you meant...
It was never going to be easy. An English bloke and a German dumped in a foreign country on a mission to unlock the secrets of footballing passion. Without sat-nav, without a word of Spanish, without a clue.
Not everybody knows how to drive. I don't know how to drive. Hitler didn't know how to drive. And I am not saying that I'm putting myself in Hitler's team in a lot of ways, but when it comes to driving, then I'm completely with him. And I'm not afraid to say that. I don't think I would.
But I don't put myself into Hitler's team when it comes to driving.
You're in it anyway.
Oh.
No offense.
I'm Henning Wehn, the driver, and this is my passenger, Mark Watson, fellow comic and football enthusiast. We're on a road trip to Rio for the World Cup, an odyssey via every South American country on the footballing map in a bid to unlock the secrets of their on-pitch success. From Argentina to Mexico, we want to explore what makes our footballing cousins tick, by experiencing their way of life, their national quirks, and of course meeting their football legends past and present. For our road trip to Brazil, we've chosen, yeah, you guessed it, the perfectly named and formed Rio, our home for the next several thousand miles.
To kick off our adventure, we're travelling to Malaga in southern Spain to visit the football club stadium and their youth academy that turns raw talent into world-class players. But first, the most important meal of the day, scores an own goal.
Well, actually, this is one of the things that would be interesting to see today, how people who are eating this sort of food are still able to play at the highest level. Yeah. I mean, maybe some of the Spanish players don't eat the hotel buffet breakfast.
But are you looking forward to the Youth Academy?
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I mean, we come at a time when Spain are the world champions and European champions, and it's all been done with, well, through these kind of academies, so it'll be quite interesting to see what they do differently. There are always cultural differences to learn from, aren't there? In the same way that I would say this is not really breakfast, but then a lot of Spanish people would look at the way we play football and say that's not really football.
England team, they do play by the rules of FIFA.
Oh, we definitely
Just
play
not
football.
very well.
We're definitely allowed to play in the tournament. And I think maybe some of it is the way we sort of yell at our kids, and our youth academies are, it's normally not so much an academy as a park, a muddy park, and the coaches are not so much coaches as angry parents.
There is a big difference, isn't it? I don't quite know what the story is in Spain.
England have not got a bad record against Spain because we beat Spain in that friendly last year. So technically England are the best side in the world, but it's just taking a while for the rest of the world to recognise that.
Yes, well, that was a bit like Ibrahimovic did his overhead kick against England, and then the best goal in the world it was like act of God. And you can't defend against God.
That's right.
There was an element of that.
God has always been against us. He scored that goal for Maradona, for example. When we go to South America, I'm going to, on behalf of England, sort of look up Maradona and just have a very gentle word about that, because I don't think there's been enough said about that. We never make a fuss about it. This is the thing with England. We just let these things go by, these penalty shootouts, these handballs.
Well, and now you wonder, the Pope being Argentinian, he'll probably, God might score again for them.
Presumably, God's going to dominate the next World Cup. The next World Cup is in South America, so God's going to be all over that now. Yeah.
He go for the Golden Boot.
Well, if you look at the World Cups, actually, they've been dominated by God-fearing countries on the whole. So that's something we should look at as well in England. We're just not praying enough.
And so we hit the road. Next stop, Malaga. Fußball's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, Fußball's coming home.
What's the last time Germany won? Euro 96 was the last German championship. I suppose it is. That was a great tournament.
Absolutely brilliant.
I remember England v Spain, Stuart Pearce going crazy. We beat Holland that tournament.
Yeah, 4-1, didn't you?
Thrashed Holland, yeah. There was a little period where we were doing really well, and we were a little bit lucky to beat Spain on penalties. But penalties are sort of our thing, really. We stay cool in those situations.
If we're going to make it to La Rosaleda and the Youth Academy on time, Mark needs to start pulling his weight. What can you do if not a driving?
Well, navigate. Look, I'll navigate with the map. It's not all
You
about
don't
me.
know where we are.
Well, I haven't even looked at it yet. Half the map is the sea, for a start. The map's too big. It's a stupid map.
You can't even read the map.
I
That's
can't,
the
I'll be able
reality
to read
of
it when I'm on the right bit of it.
How is this going to work in South America?
Get a good map of South America that's a bit smaller than this one, that's all. So now, we just find a bit which corresponds on the map to that index. Hang on, I need the... Shit.
Mark, you keep hold of that map. Oh, f***ing hell.
I think a map, in a way, makes it more difficult. I actually know quite a lot about road trips and stuff because of having read, but I did an American literature part of my course. And they never had maps, they didn't have sat-navs. They were real men because they just got in the car and they drove and they killed some wildlife and they took drugs. Who cares about maps? We don't need a map. Jack Kerouac didn't say, oh, H4, that's where we're headed. He just said, let's go that way. Let's see where the road takes us. I can see weird birds swooping down because I'm off my face. Let's try and channel the spirit of these great adventurers. This is a real road trip now. We're really alive now. Do you still know where we're going roughly?
There's nothing between us and Malaga now but the open road, providing it's the right road. At this rate, the kids may be in bed by the time we make it to the Youth Academy.
Just this way.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
No problem. I find that it's actually easier without a map in a lot of ways, isn't it? Because you've got a clear head there.
Yeah. Despite you not being able to drive, I'm having the time of my life.
It's all,
here.
mine too. It's all behind us, this.
It's absolutely brilliant.
And I know we had a couple of crosswords and I talked about Hitler and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, hang on.
Keep driving. No, keep driving.
Hang on. What's
driving.
this? I think we're out of petrol.
We can't be. Can we? No.
When we took the car at the car hire place, they said fill up the car.
No, they said... Yeah, they said... Oh, now, which one was it?
Yeah, Ken. And then come back here.
If I'd known that going on a road trip would mean driving and having to fill up a car with petrol and find your way around Spain, I would never have got myself into this.
Yeah. Well, you've forgotten the can. And don't come back until that can is full. After the break, Mark tackles the Spanish siesta.
I'm just running my business. Oh no, I'll just go to sleep, actually.
And we glimpse a football star in the making.
Pink boots is really dangerous. He won't have those when he plays at the top level, I think.
No, they'll be silver or gold.
Yeah, they will be for sure.
I'm Henning Veen, and this is Mark Watson. We've hit a problem on our way to Malaga to find the future stars of Spanish football. Thanks to Mark, we've run out of petrol. When we took the car at the car hire place, they said fill up the car. I've sent him to find some fuel, but 3 miles and 40 wings later, he's still left, carrying the can.
This will do. Gasolina? Can't just go to sleep and this whole siesta thing is stupid. Oh, I'm just running my business. Oh no, I'll just go to sleep actually. Oh, can I buy some petrol please? No, I'm sorry, I've just nodded off to sleep. I'm just having a nap in the middle of the day. What? That's a bit of a stupid business idea.
I've got the diesel.
If I think about it, I know that cars take fuel, but I just, it's one of those things that doesn't really cross your mind if you're not a driver. I had to walk, it was actually about 3 or 4 miles, I think, to get the diesel in the end.
But was nice scenery, wasn't it?
Well, it was, yeah, at first, but then in the town, everywhere was closed. It's unbelievable.
All is forgiven, all is forgotten. Now we're going to Malaga, and I'm really looking forward to the training session you set up with the team.
Sorry? They definitely said, I can't remember exactly how they phrased it, but they said that they do their best.
Wow. Wow.
There's obviously not quite as much of a training session going on as I
No, forget
as I
about that for
anticipated.
now. The main thing is you got us in here.
See, this is what it's been all about. We've had quite a challenging day, really, with the fuel thing and the one or two
Forget about
navigation.
all that. I can almost hear, I can feel the crowds chanting, and it really makes you want to go to Rio de
It
Janeiro.
makes you think about actually being in South America, doesn't it? Yeah, it
Absolutely,
really.
for the World Cup.
We're going to see some of the kids that are coming through this club system. Right? Let's go and do that.
Yeah. From La Rosaleda to Malaga FC Youth Academy, where Mark promises we will see some actual football. The academy is just one of many that helps forge the foundations of Spain's prowess on the pitch. They're really alert, all of them.
Yeah,
I
they're
wonder
very-
what level that is.
I know. Well, how old are they? Like 9, 10?
Younger than that.
They run off the ball for each other much more. Like you say,
Then the parents don't threaten to kill them on
yeah,
the opposition.
there's no parents trying to kill anyone. Oh, this is a chance. And another goal. 2 in 2 minutes. And the keeper's furious.
It's really good to watch them.
They do pass the ball well. That's unlucky. Imagine being that good at football and yet too small to do your boots up yet. It really puts it in perspective. Yeah, these guys are probably better than me at football, a lot of them.
Yeah, they certainly know a lot better what to do.
I don't know. Tactically, my game is very strong. It's just the actual
Execution at your
just
left.
the kicking, the heading, tackling, the running. Really.
General awareness, not bringing your full kit, things like that.
That's been a
And
weakness for me.
yeah, oh, forgot my shoes. The infrastructure here is very, very impressive, isn't it? Look
Yeah,
at this
pitch is
pitch
beautiful.
just for youth teams.
And there's a dozen other pitches out there. It does feel like this could be a reason why they produce good players. I mean, it must be so much more fun to play in this sort of environment.
They forget about fun, but they simply know what they're doing.
Well-
They all keep shape. When I was young and we played, it was just 22 players on the ball.
If you watched English kids, they definitely would all chase the ball around much
Well, they
more.
would have a fag by now.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably that as well.
So, what is it about grassroots Spanish football that produces so many world-class players? I caught up with youth football coach Oscar Hernandez to find out. So, what's the secret at the heart of Spanish football?
Passion. I suppose it's instinct. I see something in a player, something I can develop, something I can nurture, so they can become great players.
From experience, the one thing that can spoil the fun are the parents on the sidelines. How do you stop them interfering?
I think some parents, they become too emotional about the game and too much. And I think this is sport and the kids need to enjoy first. That's why we keep them out of the pitch. We only teach football here.
I see. Having seen them hammer the opposition, when's the last time your lot lost a game?
Well, a few months ago, we lost a game against a team in Barcelona. The kids know from very early age that this is part of the game and we don't make a big deal when we lose. The same when we win, we shake hands, we go to the changing rooms, we carry on with our lives.
On the pitch earlier on, they all seemed to be tactically so aware. They all held their positions and they really did play as a team. How do you teach that?
Players need to understand, like, this is a teamwork. Messi in Barcelona needs all the other players to do that wonderful game.
Some of your players are already proper characters, aren't they? How do you control that sort of ego?
Ego, that is the key. I think they don't care much about ego or money. They are very young. They just want to have fun when they are 6, 7. It's probably when they get, they are 12, they are 13, the ego comes up. You know you're very good, you know you got the gift, and they can be very easily misled, or perhaps they can be easily indulged, and that is dangerous, yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you're happy, you play for the team, you're gonna become probably a better football player, and perhaps, hopefully, we like to think, a better person.
Oh, that's lovely skill. That's lovely play. Look at that.
Let's hope for the World Cup, because they've got the Brazil colours go absolutely to pieces.
Yeah,
And
this
let's
is
hope the same
this is
happens
what we
at
all
the World
fantasise
Cup.
about. Brazil conceding 3 goals in 5 minutes, collapsing
By a bunch
psychologically.
of 8-year-olds.
That's a great ball again from the little fella there. That little guy
Well,
there,
that doesn't really narrow it down.
he's got lovely, and this pink boots guy is very good as well. That's great play. Pink boots is really dangerous. He won't have those when he plays at the top level, I think.
No, there'll be silver or gold. won't
Yeah, there will be for sure. We're maybe the first to see this kid in action. The funny thing is, it's a joke, but if he is, you know, in about 4 years' time, someone like Arsenal probably would be looking to. Look at that. He's got a haircut like sort of Ronaldo or something. Lovely touch, scores goals, and he can appeal even as he's falling to the ground for a free kick. The complete package. I think the Yellows manager could lose his job after this if the fans turn on him. That is the end, I think.
Watching the Malaga kids on the pitch makes us understand how Spanish football invests in its future through youth clubs. Watch out, rest of the world. Next up on the Costa del Sol is a quick drink with the Geary Army, an expat group of Malaga FC fanatics who meet regularly to celebrate their adopted team, and no half measures. By the time we arrive, it's well past beer o'clock.
Well, we're doing a thing about Spanish football, basically. We're trying to work out why they produce much better players than us.
It's how they get technically better than your English player. An English kid can go out and play football
Yeah, but you don't want to
until
play
it gets
4
dark.
foot snow, do you?
But he can still play until it gets dark.
snowing last week.
Same as a Spanish kid.
But the technique,
their technical ability, I don't know how they get it or where it comes from.
The Geary's devotion to their local team is matched only by their impassioned rivalry with Seville.
We don't really get on with our neighbours down here. Granada we do, which is a great one.
But
Seville and Real
again,
Betis.
Obviously, it's
like
quite
them.
surreal.
They don't like us
because
and we don't like them.
with Granada, the fans will actually sing to each other. Right, yeah. Because the respect is there. With Seville, you just want to kill them.
And
Which is understandable.
it's
you know,
perfectly
United-
understandable. Yeah, you sound perfectly reasonable.
that's
Who doesn't want to kill Seville fans?
But it is.
We make our excuses and leave the Geary Army to their dreams. Tomorrow it's an early start as we head to Real Madrid to hopefully meet Cristiano Ronaldo. But first, it's time to reward ourselves with some authentic Spanish cooking.
They're just so passionate, aren't they? Like, you see the way they brought the food out here? The guy saw the table, he brought the food out, and bang, the food's on the table. And that's
At least they managed to get it all on the table.
It's hard to defend against that sort of delivery. If we die on this road trip, it won't be from starvation, it will have been other causes. Overwhelmingly, the most likely is a car accident. There's more, look at this. Oh, wow.
Wow,
Yeah, please. That's really nice. It's really, that chorizo is as good as if it was from the Taste the Difference range in Sainsbury's. And I don't say that lightly. Are they optimistic about the World Cup next year?
No, the national team never really delivered, and that might be because of the rivalry between Madrid and Barcelona. Their players just couldn't agree on being in the same camp, which in a way is what happens with England.
Yeah.
The people from the north of England and the south of England so dislike each other.
Well, I've never spoken to a Northerner, for example. And I won't. I'm gonna have some more paella.
Here, come on, give me your
Come on. This is because we're mates, we just do this sort of thing, don't we? That's the thing with being mates.
Eating.
Well, one of us wants some food, the other one just gives it to him, you know, and that's what we're like. And
That's what it's all about.
it's what,
at this
of
level.
course it is. When you're out on the road, you just gotta serve each other food.
And as we drive into the Spanish unknown, our thoughts turn to the big one, the World Cup in Brazil 2014.
Join us on our next leg as we journey into the heart of footballing excellence on the road to Rio.